Hello there, this is Sandy, and I'm back at my Babylock Solaris, continuing my journey. I think the last thing I shared with you before I went on a small vacation was a part of the steps of a rag quilt, a baby rag quilt. And I had fun doing that, and then ended up going on vacation for a while. To Mexico. That was nice. So now I'm back at my machine and jumping back in, and I am working on this design for a gift. And I've done this one before. I think this is the fourth time because I like to give it as a gift. Anyway, I didn't want to share the whole thing with you because, as you know, embroidery design can take a long time to stitch out. This one is from Embroidery Library. You can see the web address on there if you're interested in the design. But I'm just ended I'm working on the black outlines. I figured I would just catch up with you while this is stitching out. And so right now I have it in a 9.5 by 9.5 diamond magnetic hoop, and it's a sweatshirt. I spent a little extra on this for this gift from a larger not department store. I'm not going to promote them because I haven't liked the way that they've changed things in the last 6 months, but I ended up buying the sweatshirt from there because it was convenient and I was in a hurry, and I really liked the sweatshirt. And I had bought it once before for someone else, and they still had them, so the sweatshirt is back with, I'm trying 2 layers of tearaway, and then also is the no-show mesh right in back of the sweatshirt, and then I actually hooped the 2 layers of tearaway, and then on top I have the water-soluble stabilizer. I especially like to do that on knits so that the stitches don't sink into the sweatshirt or the knit material. So there's really only 9 minutes left. It's going to stitch the remainder of this outline, and then down at the bottom, if you remember from the picture, it will stitch up. I'll be in my office. For my friends who are sewing enthusiasts, this is probably one of the only designs that I've repeated. I don't usually like to repeat designs, but they make, some of them make really good gifts. Some of them are very personal, and I don't really think anybody else would like some of the ones that I pick out. But then there's also quite a few that I could repeat. It's just that I haven't yet. With having so much to learn, and I don't want to repeat, because if I've already done something once, I know how to do it. So I repeat when I need to. So I went to Mazatlan, Mexico. It was really nice. Read a whole book while I was there. And it seems like I've been away from this for a long time, but I think it's because I haven't been doing as much embroidery or quilting edge to edge or anything like that. I did that rag quilt, and before that I'm trying to think what I did. But the videos are out there. Oh, I know, it was the 10 videos for the designed by Juju Easter Blessings runner that I made after Easter. That took a while. So I haven't been away for long. It's just that it seemed like it's a long time. know, when you're used to like going nonstop all day long, and then went on this vacation and you've never had one like that before, where you completely relax the whole time that you're there. Long story short, it was something really, really that I needed. So I'm glad that we did that, me and my husband. So I think I have one more sweatshirt I'm going to give as a gift. But I'm still deciding about that, of this design. I found a couple new designs. I can share that with you. Now this is stitching out. This was at a prior embroidery library sale. It's a cool design. It's like all metallic. Well, you could use a gold thread, or you could use metallic thread. That one was really fun. That one's called, oh, I should tell you, if I back up, the one that's stitching out now is called I'll Be in My Office, Quilting and Sewing. And this one is called Threaded Treasures Sewing Machine. And I have some cute ones for, excuse me. Thought that would be cute for my granddaughter. Hopefully I will get to it in time. I found some irises because I really love irises. I also love hummingbirds. This one's called Hummingbird and Peony. There's a beautiful heart, buzzing blossoms heart. I think that's all the new ones. I have a lot of other old ones. Not old ones, but older ones. And I want to do one or two more of these embroideries. Oh, here's another one. It's called Sewing Silhouette Heart. But like maybe, I should say, maybe 3 more embroideries, and then I want to try and get to working on that. It's like a crossbody bag. I made one already. I have a video out there. I think it's a short. No, it's not. It's just a short video about, I was going to try and take it step by step in making that. But I don't know whether I really should go through all that time and effort of sharing the video, because the designs by Juju, the 10 videos that I did, the first 2, there were a pretty good amount of views. But then even though I tried to link the videos together, they kind of died off after that. So I was thinking that not many people are going to do that kind of thing. Or maybe it was because it was the Easter Blessings design that I worked on, the table runner, and it was after Easter. So I don't know. I might try it one more time with the bag and see how it goes, and then go from there, because I don't want to, spend the time and effort of doing things if people aren't really interested. There's only 6 minutes left. Which means, yeah, it's just finishing up this rotary cutter. And it's upside down, but I'm starting to like hooping this way, because Like in this case, I didn't even have to like pin it back. And it is a little bit larger sweatshirt, but it also just seems like it's easier to embroider on the sweatshirts this way, where the neckline is towards this side and the opening is at the bottom, and then I just flip it. Okay, so there's that part. Now we just do the lettering. So just to review, it's in a 9.5 by 9.5 embroidery hoop, magnetic hoop by Dime. It's backed with no-show mesh right in the back of the sweatshirt. I used temporary spray adhesive, 505, to stick that to the back of the sweatshirt. And then usually I float my tearaway behind it, but this time for some reason I just decided to hoop it, and I wish I would have floated it, because I don't really enjoy hooping it, especially because I tried 2 layers of, it's kind of a, I think it's kind of a medium weight tearaway, just to see how it would stitch out, and I do like the way it's stitching out. And then on top there's the water soluble stabilizer, which I did hoop. Initially when I did this the last time, I used the outline, but I really believe that the outline might help in some instances, but the key is, to me, making sure you've got things stabilized correctly and then using the right hoop. I debated whether I should use, you know, when I stitch out these sweatshirts, because I don't want the sweatshirt to move, you know, initially I debated whether to use the magnetic hoop, but as long as I stabilize it good, then it doesn't seem to move, especially if it's not a really high or dense high stitch design with a high stitch count. This one's only got just under 38,000, so it's not that many. And if you want to stick around to the end, I'll take it out of the embroidery arm and turn it towards us. But I don't think I have to tear it apart or tear away anything, because you can kind of see already. Maybe I will, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to get into all those little nooks and crannies with the water-soluble stabilizer, so I probably won't tear it away, because it just won't look right until I sprinkle it with water. And then I'll probably have to... one challenge that I've been having is I've used all kinds of marking tools. This is like one of those... What is it, clover? Let me get it. Yeah, it's made by Clover. This is it. I have a yellow one, a pink one, and lately I had trouble getting the yellow out of the sweatshirt. I ended up using soap. Like, it didn't just wipe away. I have, like, the disappearing ink, the ink that is removed when you apply cold water. I have a pink one, a blue one, all kinds of markers. And lately, when I use water on those pens that are supposed to just disappear, they were also giving me a hard time. I didn't have that issue until, I don't know, the last couple of months. So, I also have those Frixon pens, but I don't like the way that they roll across the fabric when I mark it. And you know, there's a lot of people that don't mark their garments. They just iron it one direction and then the other. And then I don't want to take the risk of having whoops, the thread broke. Having jeez, hold on, I gotta get this thread out of there. Fixing the thread break. And then we got to figure out where we left off. And I'll get back to the subject I was talking about, if I remember. Try to. Okay, I'm going to go back. Doing my locking stitch. Okay, so like I was saying, some people like to iron. Fold the garment in half, iron it, fold it in half again, iron it, and then you've got your cross in the middle. I just think that's a pain, but you know, a lot of people do it that way, so I would prefer not to do it that way. I'd rather just mark it, because when I do iron it or fold it in half, if I finger press, it's never enough. And if I iron it, I take the chance of the iron marks. And maybe if I use a pressing cloth, that would work. But I just prefer to mark it. It just seems like when you press it, or maybe it's, I was going to say, it just seems like when you press it and you use that as your markings, you can, by the time you fold it inside out, and back again, you know, sometimes the marks disappear. I guess the same thing can happen if you're using chalk. But so I'm working through that, trying to find a good solution to that. With this one, I'm hoping that just some detergent, and I'll try just cold water to get that chalk out, but if that doesn't work, then I'll just use my detergent like I did on the last one. Now, one thing about these embroidery, a lot of these embroidery library designs is that as you can see, the t-shirt or the sweatshirt can show through because it's not a very dense stitch. And so I use these same colors on a very pale green sweatshirt like this. And because, you know, the color shows through somewhat, even though I use the same colors, each sweatshirt's just a little bit different. If that makes sense. And it broke again. Huh. Looks like I gotta pull it through this way because it broke. And this is a new needle, so I'm not sure what's going on. It's very humid, it seems like, today. Don't like what happened there. Okay, and I'm going to use the plus minus again. Lock my stitch again. We're almost done. So let me know which kind of marking tools you use. I have a lot of those Frickson pens. Like, they're too pointy for this kind of knit. They don't mark well, in my opinion. On other things, like on a closer knit cotton, maybe, or just regular cotton. maybe it would be different. Okay, so I'll move your back. Real pretty blue sweatshirt. Can you see? There. Yeah. I'll just tear off a little bit. But there you can kind of see. It's not that different than, you know, what you see in front of you without me tearing it off. So there it is. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're having a good spring. I'll be back in the game sooner or later, back at this, doing more machine embroidery. So thanks for watching. Give the video a like, subscribe, share with a friend. But I'll continue on with my journey, and thanks for watching.